Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Lisa. Welcome to Have Trailer.
Let's travel.
Hi, Lisa Elvin Steltari here from Have Trailer Let's Travel. We just completed a trip to Las Vegas, New Mexico. Just had an incredible time. We've been to New Mexico many times: Las Cruces, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Los Alamos, Hatch, a lot of different places, but we had never been to Las Vegas, New Mexico. Actually, the only time I've ever been, it's kind of what incited or piqued my curiosity. When I would take the Southwest Chief on the train, we would be going through this place called Las Vegas, and I would see this hotel, and I would find out about the history a little bit. And I was like, wow, it's out in the middle, not of nowhere, but it's really off the beaten track. So I've always wanted to explore this area as I would go back and forth by the train, and finally got there. So I hope you enjoy this peek into New Mexico, into the history of Las Vegas. It's going to be a couple of episodes, I think, probably 3 episodes, I'm pretty sure. And but let's begin at the beginning and let's explore Las Vegas, New Mexico. Let's talk a little bit about New Mexico and its history, which is a fabulous history woven with so many diverse influences. The region has been inhabited for thousands of years with Native American tribes such as the Pueblo, the Navajo, and the Apache playing crucial roles. In the 16th century, Spanish explorers, including Francisco Vasquez de Coronado, arrived, marking the beginning of European influence. By 1598, the Spanish established the first permanent settlement in the U.S. at San Juan Pueblo. So think about that. Before 1600. The territory changed multiple times, first becoming part of Mexico after its independence from Spain in 1821. The U.S. gained control of New Mexico in 1848 after the Mexican American War and made it a territory in 1850. It became a state January 6, 1912. The capital is Santa Fe, and its largest city is Albuquerque. Throughout its history, New Mexico has been a crossroads of cultures. We have Spanish and Native American and also Anglo influences that shaped the traditions, the architecture, and the cuisine. The blending of all these cultures is so prominent in the state's arts, its festivals, and the daily life, making it truly a one of a kind place. And today, New Mexico has a population of approximately 2.1 million residents. And it's really known for its amazing landscape, including things such as the Carlsberg Caverns and the White Sands National Park. The economy includes oil and gas, tourism, and agriculture. And the state is home to several military bases and research institutions. And don't forget the role that it played during World War II at Los Alamos National Laboratory, which was part of the Manhattan Project. Well, we were snug as a bug in our wonderful campsite at the KOA in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Highly recommend that particular KOA campground. And it wasn't very far to the actual downtown city. We started off our journey and discovery of Las Vegas at the most appropriately named Las Vegas Museum. It was a wonderful, it was a small museum, but it was lots and lots of interesting things. And one of the most interesting was the fact that it had a special room designed and dedicated to Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders. It is the Rough Riders Museum. Those of you who perhaps don't know, Rough Riders were among the soldiers who fought in the Spanish American War. And they were kind of renowned for their fighting sense and all of that. And Teddy Roosevelt was the leader. Now, Teddy Roosevelt would go on to be president in no large part because of the actions that happened on San Juan Hill in Cuba, and the fact that they were able to really quash the enemy within a few days. So their legend has gone on, and they are very well remembered in Las Vegas. And they had a reunion in Las Vegas about 50 years later, I think it was, and that was really. And we'll see some indications of that later on in the episode. But let's have a look at the Rough Riders Museum and all that it contains. In the next few seconds, you will see actual footage of taken during the Spanish American War. I don't know if Teddy Roosevelt was in those frames or not, but I was able to download this legally from the archive site, and just amazing footage. It really brings it to life, and you will see that it says 1898. And this is when they would have, this is when it was fought. And absolutely, this is an amazing piece of history that we have. So have a look at the Spanish American War footage. As we made our way through the rest of the museum, really focusing on Las Vegas, New Mexico's history, we were amazed by the richness of that history and how much it really mirrored the evolution of the United States. It was founded in 1835 by settlers with a land grant from the Mexican government, and it was designed truly in a Spanish style, colonial style, with a central plaza, which you can still see. It quickly grew as a key stop on the Santa Fe Trail. Now, in 1846, approximately 11 years later, during the Mexican American War, U.S. General Stephen W. Kearny claimed New Mexico for the U.S. in Las Vegas. A year later, it was the site of the Battle of Las Vegas during the Taos Revolt, where local Hispanics and Pueblo people resisted U.S. occupation. Now, the town truly had a very rough reputation, and this was solidified with the arrival of people like Doc Holliday, Jesse James, Billy the Kid, Big Nose Kate. These were truly outlaws, if you will. And one historian once claimed regarding Las Vegas that without exception, there was no town which harbored a more disreputable gang of desperados and outlaws than did Las Vegas. The town actually expanded in 1879 with the arrival of the railroad, establishing a new town east of the original plaza and leading to rapid growth, complete with such things as electric railway, opera house, and a Carnegie library. Las Vegas became known for this unique dual town structure with separate school districts. So you had an old town and a new town. And the bottom line is that during much of the history of this town. We see the railroad being such a critical component, and the Spanish influence, and the ranch life, because it really does celebrate there's that ranch life with rodeos and contests and events that draw large crowds. So it was really an experience to really travel through time and see what Las Vegas was all about before we began truly touring the city. And now we finish up our journey through time at the museum. Please enjoy the last of these pictures of the museum at Las Vegas in New Mexico. Thanks so much for joining us on part one of our tour of Las Vegas, New Mexico. It really was amazing. We're glad you came, and we look forward to seeing you on part two. Until then, we'll see you somewhere on the road.